Cool. What's up everyone, Business here. Welcome to the Sweet Sound Sound Day, which is all about making music, sound design, and just playing with sounds. And today we're going to be using Drift to create these keys that you've heard just a moment ago in this loop. So it's actually very simple. We're going to be using Drift, as I mentioned, and Drift is free in all Ableton Live versions. So without any further ado, let's jump into the Ableton and start designing. Okay, let's load the Drift into our MIDI track and let's start. Where is it? Here, Drift. There we go. Okay, too loud. Let's play with the filter first because it's hitting and hurting my ears. Okay, first oscillator, we'll leave it like that. Second oscillator, we'll use this waveform. And then let's go to octave 0 here as well. To detune it slightly. Let's not be afraid of the drift. And let's change the mode to stereo. Okay, cool. Let's play with some modulations here first. So what we're gonna do here is to design an envelope, which is okay. Let's leave it like that, and let's modify this shape a little bit with envelope number 2, which is also gonna be quite fast. It's gonna drop down. Yeah, that's fine. And then let's modify this. Okay, cool. And also let's modulate the filter. This isn't really in key, but let's do something about it. Okay, cool. Now LFO, let's make it like a really slow. Let's also play with the filter here a little bit. Oh no, actually let's use velocity. So the harder we're gonna press the keys, it's gonna open the filter more. Okay, let's add a little bit of the high pass here. That's cool. Let's add a drift. That sounds nice to me, but let's drive a filter a little bit. So we have to be careful with the sound, with the volume here. Let's go down like -8 and let's drive the filter. So let's push these oscillator 1 and oscillator 2 a little bit further. This one even quite a lot. Okay, that sounds really nice. And now that's the drift part basically done. It's very simple. So what we have here is the envelope number 1, just an AMP envelope. It doesn't do anything else. Envelope number 2 has like quite a short attack, a little bit longer decay, sustain about 50%, and moderate release around half a second. And then it does modulate the shape of the oscillator number 1 waveform, and also it does modulate the frequency of the filter. So it opens the filter fast and then closes this down a bit slower. It's still loud, so. Now let's add a little bit of the character to it. Let's find auto filter. There we have it. Now let's do something like that. Let's listen to it now. We can play with it later. We can map it to one of the knobs on your MIDI keyboard, and literally while you play, just open the filter like so. But let's leave it like that. It adds a little bit of the character and grit to it. Now let's add some delay. I'm of course using only the effects that are available stock in the Ableton Live intro. So let's add a delay, let's add a ping pong delay, let's go down on the dry wet, and let's listen to it now. Even less feedback for sure. Tiny bit. I want this to be very like dim in the background, so let's literally go like here. Okay, cool. It adds something there in the background, and of course let's add a little bit of the reverb. And in the reverb we will also create it not so strong. The decay is around 1.2 seconds, which is really okay. This is too much. If you're gonna go really slow, it's gonna be like in a small room, like in a bathroom. If we go too much, oh, it's gonna be way too much. So let's leave it around like 1 second, something a little bit more than 1 second. Okay, cool. Now let us do something more. Let's add a little bit of the saturation. Little saturation never hurt anyone, but let's add just a tiny little bit here after the delay. Yeah, let's hear this now. Let's add soft clip and DC filter, just a tiny bit. Because just to get a little bit more of the harmonic content. Not too much because we're gonna hear the cracks. Okay, and now let's play with the attack. It's really fast. Okay, make it a bit softer, like 6 milliseconds is better now. The whole point is to just to balance these filters together and these effects. Okay, that's not so bad. Okay, now we can play with the auto filter. Let's map it to the keyboard. So let's press MIDI, let's press this frequency, and let's turn one of the knobs on my keyboard. Okay, that's it. And now I can play. I have very little battery. Let's plug it in. Now I can play. You know what? I don't like the saturation after all. Let's turn it off. Okay, sounds nice, like a synth poppy, really nice keyboard patch. It's all in drift and some effects. We can just quickly group it together. We won't be playing with any macros today. Let's make it quick. So Command G, there it is. Let's call it Summertime Synth keys. Why not? It reminds me of summertime. Really nice. You can make such a cool music with it. Okay, and then don't forget to save it with this little icon here. I will of course share this preset with you guys. You can download it from my website. The link will be in the description box down below. And let's listen to it once again. Cool. Okay guys, so how did you like the sound? You can of course download the patch from the description box down below. There's a link to my website and you can browse some other things to download there as well. And one more important thing, If you want to learn something more about how drift works and what else can you achieve in the drift, I've created a super cool and full complete tutorial, and you can just watch this here, basically. So that's it from me for today. Thanks so much for watching. Leave the like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content, including sound design. Cheers.